Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about birth control and what the Student Health Center has to offer and other options. Usually the Student Health Center provides these types of birth controls through Family Pact, but right now the Student Health Center is closed until further notice.
Hi guys, Melissa here from the Student Health Center. So today me and Isela, we're just going to do a quick little overview on the different types of birth control methods that are out there and also kind of debunk some myths that are out there. And at the end of the clip, we're going to just show one little page from the Planned Parenthood website, and we're going to just go through it real quick just in case any of you guys are interested in starting to take birth control or starting a birth control method. This website or this page really is gonna kind of help you guys figure out which method is right for you. So first up, we have sterilization. We're not going to talk about this too much because for the most part, college students aren't really looking into this form of birth control. Sterilization is what you guys probably know as for women getting your tubes tied, and for men it's like a vasectomy. So this actually is the most effective type of birth control. It is about 99% effective because it is a permanent decision. That's why I say that typically college students aren't looking for this type of birth control method, but that's one of the options that are out there. The next most effective type of birth control is the IUD, the intrauterine device. So the intrauterine device, it's like this tiny device that you put into your uterus, obviously to prevent pregnancy. It is long term. You can reverse it. You can take it out if you want to. And it's about 99% effective. It's low maintenance because typically once you insert it, you can have it up to 10 years depending on which kind you get. So there's two different types, copper and hormonal, and basically they both help prevent pregnancy because they change the way that sperm cells move, so that way they can't get to the egg. And also they do not protect against STIs.
Now the implant is a tiny and thin rod that goes in your upper arm just underneath the skin. This type of birth control releases hormones into the body and is 99% effective. Now the hormone being released into the body is progestin, which thickens the mucus of the cervix, which helps prevent the sperm from getting to the egg. The implant is a one-time thing that lasts up to 5 years. You can have it removed sooner if you no longer need it or decide to get pregnant. Make sure to have the implant removed and replaced once you hit the 5-year mark if you decide you still want to prevent pregnancy. The implant does not protect against STIs unless used with a condom. When the implant is being inserted, the skin is numb and a little cut is made. The arm may hurt after the medication has worn off and there may be bruising. The implant can be convenient because you don't have to worry about it until it expires and it's private. It can also reduce period cramps and make your period lighter. The implant will not affect fertility or make it harder to get pregnant. Some side effects include headache, breast pain, nausea, and weight gain. The implant is available at the Student Health Center.
The depot shot. So the depot shot you get once every 3 months. And if you are, on time, if you get it, on schedule, it is about 94% effective. And it does contain the hormone progestin. This basically is what prevents you from getting pregnant because
Now, the birth control pill is a form of medicine that has different types of hormones. It's a pack of pills that you take once a day, every day, at the same time. If used properly by taking it every day at the same time, it is 99% effective, but if not, then it goes down to 91% effective. This type of birth control stops the sperm from getting to the egg, and the hormones stop ovulation, which means there's no egg waiting for sperm. Some ways to help remind you to take the pill every day is to set an alarm on your phone or set it by something you use every day like your toothbrush. Also, this type of birth control does not help against sexually transmitted infections unless used with a condom. and that also helps reduce the risk of pregnancy. Some benefits of the birth control pill include preventing acne, bone thinning, cysts in breast or ovaries, and iron deficiency, also known as anemia. The birth control pill option is available at the Student Health Center.
So next, the NuvaRing, pretty effective if you use it correctly. So it's like a little ring that you insert into your vagina, and the hormones in this NuvaRing stops ovulations as well. And so with the NuvaRing, you change it once a month. So you wear it for 3 weeks, and then you take it out after the 3rd week to get your period. And it is 91% effective if used correctly. And also the NuvaRing does not prevent STDs.
Condoms are thin and stretchy pouches that you wear around your penis when having sex. Condoms are the only form of birth control that help against STIs and are 98% effective. Now that is only if they're being used properly, and it goes down to 85% effective if that's the only type of birth control method you are using. Using condoms for vaginal, oral, and anal sex are the best way to reduce the risk of STIs. Also, you can make a dental dam by cutting the tip of the condom and cutting it in half to create a dental dam for oral sex. Only using synthetic condoms like latex can prevent against STIs. Condoms are a one-time use, so be sure to use a new one every time you have sex or get a new erection. And the first step to using a condom is to make sure the packaging is not damaged and check the expiration date. Please do not store in wallets. Store in a dry and cool place to prevent it from drying up or getting damaged. Make sure they are away from sharp objects and do not open with teeth or scissors. Also be sure not to use anything oily like Vaseline or baby oil when using a latex condom. The oil can break down the latex. And it is always better to use another form of birth control when trying to prevent a pregnancy. Condoms are already lubricated, but you can always add more water-based or silicone-based lube to help prevent them from breaking during sex. Condoms do come in different styles, shapes, and textures to help increase sensation for both partners while protecting against sexually transmitted infections. And if you are allergic to latex, there are even latex-free condoms. Condoms are available at the Student Health Center. And like external condoms, the internal condom or female condoms can also protect against STIs. The internal condoms do work, but they may have a little bit of a learning curve. This condom is not only used for vaginal sex, but also anal sex. It covers parts of the anus, vagina, and some parts of the vulva and decreases the chances of getting in contact with semen, precum, or skin-to-skin contact. And be sure to use a new one every time you have sex.
Okay, time to debunk some myths that are out there. So, the very first one, the most common one, the one that you hear all the time, is that birth control will make you gain weight. So, it's hard to say that this is not true completely because, well, first and foremost, everybody's body is different. Everybody's body is going to react differently to different things, So, there can be some cases where somebody decided to hop on birth control and they did happen to see some weight gain, but this is not like a cause and effect thing. It's not going to happen to everybody. Just because one person's taking birth control doesn't mean they're automatically going to gain weight, So it's obviously a myth because it's not true that everybody's going to gain weight. It can happen to some, but obviously everybody's body's different. So myth number 2 is that birth control can make you infertile in the future. So it's actually been proven, guys, that taking birth control does not affect your ability to have babies in the future. Once you decide to stop taking birth control, it's not going to have an effect on your fertility, okay? So let's see. Another myth is more specifically to the IUD, that the IUD is dangerous and that there are always complications. So it's actually a very safe form of birth control, and the complications aren't common. And a lot of the times these misconceptions come from those rare cases where there were complications. So most of the time people think that the IUD is going to poke through the line of the uterus. So the possibility of that is very unlikely, but although, it has happened, but just know that it's not very common and more than likely won't happen to you. Another misconception about this one's about the implant. is that everyone will see the implant in your arm. So the implant is actually a very discreet form of birth control. Once you get it, you're probably gonna get a little bruise, but once the bruise is gone, nobody's even gonna notice unless you tell them. Maybe they'll be able to notice, but if they don't know, no one's gonna be able to see it, unless you're specifically trying to. Yeah, those are some myths debunked. Okay, guys, so I just want to share this resource with you guys. I'm no way by any means trying to persuade you into getting on birth control or anything like that. I'm simply just sharing this resource with you guys just in case you are interested or you are curious on which birth control methods are out there and which ones would work best for you, because not just one kind works for everybody. So if you are curious, if you're interested, if you're undecisive on which method you want to get on, and you just want to do a little bit more research, which is actually very important to do before you actually go to your doctor and tell them which kind you want. Do some research on your own, find out which different kinds they are, the pros and cons to each. So here I have the Planned Parenthood website up, and either you can just type in the URL I have up here, or just type in Planned Parenthood birth control methods and it will pop up. So this page here, I liked it because I thought it was pretty cool the way they set it up. So basically they have all the different kinds of birth controls there are. Oh well, no, this one, hold on. Show all, okay, there you go. So these are all of them that there are. And so let's say it basically filters out the methods that pertain to you or pertain to your needs. So let's say you want something that's easy to use and something that has less or no hormones. So you're going to click on those two and it's going to filter out whichever options or methods fall under that category. So here it's going to show me these are the 4 different kinds that fall under my desired, options. So, and then from here you can click on whichever one you want, and then it will obviously give you more information, a bunch of information, a little video for some of them. Over here it's, it's showing you some pros and cons about that method, and then just scroll, it's going to give you information and whatnot. So pretty simple. I think it's a very useful resource if you need help on deciding which one you want to hop on. If you want to try birth control, these are the different factors. Just click on whichever ones you're interested in, and then yeah, it's gonna show you which ones fall into that category.